Welcome to 7 Things We Didn't Know About Metal Gear Solid 2. Alright, I'm not even gonna waste time going into a massive intro. Let me know in the comments down below what game you want us to cover next with 7 Things We Didn't Know. But I am gonna say no Metal Gear Solid 3 next week. We can't just do Metal Gear Solid every single week. We have to take at least a week off. So pick any game you want us to cover, and let me know in the comments and we'll get to that next week. So let's stop wasting yours and my time and get right to it.
Fact 1!
This one may have been discovered by you when you first played the game, but it wasn't officially revealed until recently on February 9th. Hideo Kojima revealed this Easter egg on Twitter. That's like 12 to 13 years after the game came out. I mean, come on guys. Anyway, he revealed that each pan in the tanker stage of Metal Gear Solid 2 plays a different musical note when shot. Someone record Mary Had a Little Lamb for me, please.
Fact 2!
Here's something that many Metal Gear Solid fans didn't even know about because we were so trained by Metal Gear Solid 1 to not do anything. But when you're in a codec call, you can actually move the pictures around with the left and right analog sticks. If you press L3 and R3, you'll actually zoom in and out. And you can also hear what your character is thinking by pressing the R triggers. But did you know that by pressing R1 it's something positive, and by pressing R2 you'll get something negative?
Fact 3!
Did you know that when you're leading Emma around with a sniper rifle, you can hold the D mic up to her and listen into her personal discussion with herself? She'll sit there asking herself about you and your hair, wondering who you are, and she'll wonder if your hair is even real. But what I didn't know about is after she talks about your hair, you can call her on your codec right away, and Raiden will rather bluntly tell her, hey, this is my real hair, okay? Don't question it. Then if you keep listening to her, she'll run into Johnny, who once again has some crazy diarrhea, and he lets Emma go, even though he's technically a soldier working for Big Shell. Go figure, huh? Oh, and you can also point it at Snake when he's sleeping to see what he thinks about Emma, but that's just not as funny as crazy diarrhea Johnny.
Fact 4!
Okay, alright, I'm totally gonna get you with this one. The tanker is named Discovery. Haha, did you know that? Did you know the tanker's named Discovery? What do you mean that wasn't enough? Nah, don't hit the dislike button. Well, the name has been used often in some of the greatest advancements in human history. The space shuttle that carried the Hubble telescope was also called Discovery, and the RSS Discovery took Robert Falcon Scott to the South Pole. That expedition took place in 1901 and was actually called Discovery Expedition. So as you can see, they didn't just arbitrarily call the tanker the Discovery.
Fact 5!
9/11 killed the original ending to the game. The ending was supposed to be an American flag draped over Solidus' body, and showing the Statue of Liberty falling over. But just like a lot of things around that time, it was censored at the last second. That's all. There isn't much more to this, just the cutscenes.
Fact 6!
Raiden's real name is Jack, and Rose is Rosemary. Haha! Bet you didn't know that! Okay, well, if you did know that, did you know that it's a reference to a James Cameron movie? Titanic. Because basically there are two lovers, and in both the movie and the game there is a large sinking ship. But since this one's kind of lame by itself, let's add to the Rose and Jack love story trivia. Did you know that Rose and Jack met on April 30th, 2007 at the Federal Hall? This is exactly 218 years after George Washington gave his first inaugural address.
Alright, fact 7!
Metal Gear Solid 2 is about memes. Not the funny memes, but the true meaning of memes, and shockingly, a lot of people don't understand that. Metal Gear Solid 1 was based on genes, and we know that Metal Gear Solid 1 plays very heavily into the concept that genes control your destiny. Well, Metal Gear Solid 2 is based on the concept of memes controlling your destiny. Memes are actually the social counterpart to genes. Genes are about your physical identity, and memes are about your social identity. Anything you're taught or anything you learn, from the alphabet to mannerisms about how to handle things to giving somebody a fist bump, those are all created by society, and that's a meme. So Solid Snake is the result of them trying to use genes to recreate Big Boss, while Raiden is the result of them trying to use memes to make up Big Boss. Just think about it. The whole game is about the philosophers trying to recreate the Shadow Moses incident to make their own super soldier. Now I know there's a lot of other things going on behind the scenes and they've all got their own meanings, but the core of this game is that they're using memes to recreate another Big Boss clone. Well, that's everything, and if you knew all of this, let me know in the comments down below. But if you learned something new, make sure you hit us with a like, or if you just enjoyed some of the stuff that we brought you today. And we like to thank everybody who does give us a like. Also, let us know down below what game you want us to cover next in 7 Things I Didn't Know. You still here? You're expecting that bonus round. Well, I'm sorry guys, but this week the bonus round is really tough. You know, there's like an overwhelming number of Easter eggs in this game. So I just really wanted to take the week off. I just didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. Not at all. Oh, I can't say no to you guys. Here's my favorite Easter eggs that I discovered while going through everything.
Bonus round! If you collect and give a shaver to Snake early in the game, he'll appear shaven near the end of the game. If you press L2 at the title screen, the screen will flash and lightning will strike, while pressing R3 will cause the background to change colors. If you take too many photos of males and action figures, Otacon will ask you if you're gay. When you log into the first node on the plant, you'll be asked your birthday, and if it is your birthday by the internal clock of the system you're playing on, you'll get a happy birthday message. And lastly, if you hold the directional mic at the female hostages and press L3, Raiden will go over what their bra size measurements are. Cause you know, this game didn't get creepy enough with Snake jerking off and making funny faces. Well, thank you guys, and I'll see you next time. I'm Infected Crow for Eligible Monster, and thank you for joining me for this 7 Things I Didn't Know.